You start looking at objects around the room that seem to be separated by something called space, but that's not actually the experience at all. So if I look at my hands and then look at the television, it's only an idea mixed with some arbitrary sensations and ownership that I've connected to those things, which separate it from the television. But if I drop all of that, it's a flow of experience, and even the ownership of the hand is part of the flow of experience, which appears within experience. This idea of ownership. I own this hand. Like, this hand is me, that television isn't me. But is that actually true? What do you mean by my hand? What do you mean by mine? What's owning it? What is owning it? Can you find the owner of it? Is it the brain that's owning it? Is it the rest of the body that's owning it? What are those in themselves? How are those known? Or is it experience that's owning it? But then experience is also taking in everything else that's appearing within experience, everything else. And what makes this part owned and that part that seems to be over there not owned? That's a really important question, I feel. Like, where is that dividing line actually? Because we assume immediately that I own this hand. This is obviously mine. I can move it through will, and so it's mine. I can't move that TV, so it's not mine. But does that mean anything? What is will? What is movement? Something that Peter Brown said, which I thought was quite helpful. He's like, play around with the idea. Instead of seeing space everywhere that separates objects, see it as he called it a kind of jello. See it as kind of a substance that the objects are all made of. They're just different manifestations of this jello substance, including this body. It's all more like a block. It's like a block of experience, as opposed to seeing and then air and then an object. It's like a block of experience. And that's what this is. If you feel into things, everything's got the same sparkling aliveness, and it's only ideas. It's an idea that we just strongly associate with, that says, this is mine, this is me, that's not me. But everything is yours because it appears in your experience. So look into this idea of ownership. What is actually owning something?